I don't know.
Plus, it was businesses.
It was business.
Business.
We're not talking about home. We're talking about business.
Not no home business, just business.
I fucking hate home businesses.
Delivering to homes is for people that work at Amazon.
And ups.
And oops.
Usps.
Oosps. Yeah, the
Usps. Usps. Yeah. Or how would FedEx be pronounced?
FedEx. There's no. It's not an abbreviation. The other ones are abbreviations, and FedEx is FedEx. What do we call it? Like FedEx, FedEx, FedEx.
So if we just take the fe, and then we take if we take Dexter and short it down, what do we get?
FedEx.
We get Dex. So we get if we pronounce FedEx, it's FedEx.
FedEx.
You should have said it in your accent.
FedEx.
That's not your accent. You're not Russian yet. Or grew. Because the more I listened to it, the more I was just like, you should have minions around you right now.
The FedEx.
I was waiting for you to be like, light the bulb.
Light the bulbs at the FedEx.
There we go. Now you're there. You got it.
The FedEx and the oops and the Uspis and the Amazons.
In the Amazons.
The Amazons.
And the
In
Amazon.
Russia, we don't say the letter A.
Mazon. Zon. Mazon.
Sounds.
Mazon Prime.
Sounds.
So usps, ups, FedEx,
FedEx.
and Zon Prime.
Zone frames.
Is there any other? Was it DHL? They deliver stuff, right?
Welcome to every delivery company that's ever existed. Just doing the ones people care about.
Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of the Rum Runners Podcast, the podcast where we talk about things and stuff from the internet, clickbaity and whatnot, and no longer drinks the rum. Now we drink vodka.
I am Anton.
I am not racist. My name is Kyle. You racist prick.
I
Can't
think
just
there can be
pick that.
Russian people named Kyle. You don't think there's anybody running around named Kyle in Russia?
My name is so English. It has no translation in any other language. You know this because your grandparents can't pronounce your brother's name.
That's true.
They just make up names for him all the time.
That is true. That is true. Kyle. Kyle. That's usually what they go with.
I'd love to hear somebody call him Cow.
Yeah.
That's what
I
it
mean,
sounds like. It's like cow.
There's certain words that just don't work in Spanish.
Little bitch.
But yeah,
What
Kyle
letter
is one of them.
K is not in Spanish, right?
K is in Spanish.
Y is not in Spanish, right? I love that you're sitting here thinking about that, but Y is definitely because you know it's like and.
Yeah, E. Would it be E?
Yeah, so they'd be like Keel.
Keel?
Calais. Calais is how you would try and say it, right?
Probably not. Most of the time or they'll say Cayo.
Gallo.
Cayo.
Gallo. That's spelled way different.
Like gallo, but with a K at the beginning. So like rooster, but with a K. K rooster here. That's your new rap name.
Rooster with a K sounds like you're just talking about cock. Don't know why, but I want to be K Rooster now.
There we go. That's your new nickname.
K Cock.
At work, I will introduce you as K Rooster. This is K Rooster.
You can call me Cock.
And we read the clickbait, so you don't have to.
Man, let's do this for real now. All right, well,
No, I liked that. That is the intro.
That's our intro now. Our intro is really just mostly banter, and we don't actually introduce the show.
For Evermore Sanchinatos, that will be how we have to do it every time.
Welcome back to another episode of the Roman Roads Podcast, the show where we read the clickbait so you don't have to. I'm Kyle,
I'm Jared.
and we have 2 intros because I was disappointed that he left it like that.
He was very disappointed, but we're back. It's been a really weird day. Very weird. Would you agree?
No, it's been pretty normal for me. This is what I'm like, unmedicated and in pain, so this is how I feel.
Okay, so it's just so basically what you're saying is
It's just weird for all of you people because normally you see me all super nice and happy, having a good time, not injured. Always injured.
there we go. That last one, I see you sometimes not injured. Nice, happy, super good mood.
Yeah, super pleasant guy to be around who's always saying nice things and giving people compliments. Kyle.
K Rooster.
K Rooster. Big cock.
K Rooster up in his house.
Little
All
Big
right.
Cock.
Little big
That's my
cock.
rap name now. My rap name is Little Big Cock.
So like a medium. Like average.
Nah, like Big Cock, but little.
I got the big cock energy in a smaller package. That was a good time to drink your drink right there. That was a good choice on your part. So you want to go into the first one?
No, let's start at the last one and move backwards. Never done that before. Not that anybody would know the difference.
No one would know the difference.
They'd just be like, oh, Florida started at the beginning this time. Like, that's usually what happens at the end.
No, this one's pretty, well, the headline's intense.
Oh, shit.
So do you want to start with the last one?
Man stabbed 57 times in his guts.
So you don't want to do the one that has Texas Pete gigantic on the top?
Put that shit on everything.
You don't want the one that's from TMZ? TMZ or Texas Pete?
TMZ.
On to the last one. Insane insurance fraud. Woman cuts off hand for big payday. Sentenced to prison? There's a ... There's no question mark. I added that. That was like my own thing.
Dude,
But
obviously she's in prison. That's insurance fraud. Just because she's
Oh,
handless.
I don't know. I can't see it. She's covering the hand there.
She lied about cutting her hand off.
Well, let's see. A woman went to unbelievable lengths to get a big payday. She cut off her hand, and now she'll have 2 years to reflect in prison. Julija?
Maybe it's like Julia.
Maybe. It's
Julia?
from Slovenia.
Julia. No, never mind.
Julija.
It's definitely not that then. I don't know how Slovenians talk.
Julija Adlesic, a citizen of Slovenia, hatched a plan with her boyfriend to collect on some
So
big
does she make like light
fat
bulbs?
insurance policies. Does she make light bulbs?
Yeah, man. Slovenian light bulbs.
Slovenian light bulbs? Is that what you just said?
Slovenian light bulbs.
Slow.
I'm not missing something here. Something's lost in the translation of you trying to read Slovenian.
Slovenian?
So like what wattage do they like produce?
100.
100 watts is pretty good. That's pretty
It's
good.
decent. It's like,
Most people live off 75.
I can't. I'm not going to be able to see because I tried to just look into the light bulbs
I've got this.
and see what they're at. I think it's 80.
No, because it says LED. It's 800 lumens.
Okay, cool.
I'm blind as fuck. I should have did that.
All right, you won't be able to read the story. That's great. Okay, a big fat insurance policies they took out on her. In all, they got 5 policies totaling more than $1 million. To get the loot, they cut off her hand with a circular saw and then filed a claim, presumably some sort of disability claim. The insurance policies would have paid her half upfront and the balance in monthly installments. Thing is, she got busted, and the 22-year-old woman was sentenced to 2 years in prison. Then the boyfriend got 3 years.
Yeah, probably because he's the one that cut it off.
I mean, it does say woman cuts off hand for big payday.
That's That's how you make a clickbait.
So
headline.
you're saying that
You don't write-
she,
Man cuts off girlfriend's hand for a big payday. That's a way longer title. It's harder to read.
you could have just said, man cuts off girlfriend's hand. She's in prison.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the title of this episode. Your last one sucks. It's like, why is that the story you picked?
Because that was
Of the stories, we had better ones.
I was gonna go with Mark Harmon. I was good. Do you have another celebrity you want to go off and we can
I forgot who he is already. Anyway,
do I have to look it up again?
I was wondering why that hashtag was there. I was like, who the fuck's Mark Harmon? Immediately forgot. Like, I know that you proved to me who he was.
And you knew who he was. You just played along with.
I didn't know he was until after you showed me a picture. I'm like, oh, I know who he was. And then I just
And then you immediately
wasn't gonna
forgot
give
his
into
name
it.
again.
Yeah, I just forgot.
Oh, that's
Literally
great.
was looking at that and I'm like, who the fuck's Mark Harmon? Like,
You're like, why is Mark Harmon's name?
who's Mark Harmon and why is this the title you chose?
Yeah. So if the title would have been Mark Harmon,
I would have been like, who the fuck's Mark Harmon and why'd you name I still would have sent you a text like, that's a stupid name. Why'd you name this that?
yeah.
Anyway, so
So he's in
she's
jail
22.
for longer.
She has one less hand, 2 years in prison,
She is not going to be able to fight off people in prison.
and she's not getting $1 million settlement.
She's not. Do you think they reattached her hand?
No. She did it with a circular saw. I'm sure it was messy.
I mean,
How
probably.
did she? How do you
Reattach a hand?
No. How did she get caught?
Huh. That is a
You're
good
like,
question.
We were doing wood shop and I cut my hand off, and they look at her like, no, you weren't.
No.
You weren't doing wood shop.
Okay.
You don't
Um,
look like a wood shop person.
Where are the blueprints for what you were going to build? Because if you were building something, you have to have
Yo,
blueprints.
if you accidentally dismember yourself, do you have to prove that you didn't do it on purpose?
Yeah, I mean,
Is there like some point where they're like, so how'd you do this? And you're like, well, what had happened was I slipped out of my tree and I fell on my chainsaw because I was trying to cut down the limbs. I'm like, sounds bullshit, man.
sounds like you went, oh no. Can you imagine if you could
What's
stay
really
that
confusing
calm?
is
If you
I
were
said
just
you
like-
fell off, cut your leg off, and you went, oh no, cut off your arm. They'd be
Oh.
like, so that'd be really funny. You'd be like, oh, I'm here because I accidentally cut my leg off. And they're like, well, where's your arm? Be like, I accidentally cut my arm off.
Just added to the story.
What I was doing was I was chopping this tree down and I dropped the chainsaw and it hit my arm. And I was like, ow. And then I fell and then I landed on top of it. Because I'm pretty sure like just touching your arm with the chainsaw's not going to cut through.
It wouldn't. You'd have to leave it there
You have
for
to
a
put
while.
pressure on it.
Yeah. I mean, unless you just left it there for a while, like, oh God, oh, why is this not cutting
I
through?
fell, I hit my head, I woke up, I didn't have an arm. Like, you woke up? How'd you wake up? Like, here. Like, you walked here. Like, fuck.
Oh, damn.
Parts of my stores aren't adding up.
It
If I was
June.
unconscious, I would have bled out and now I would be dead. But I had to come here.
I mean, the loud noise maybe from the chainsaw. Maybe it skipped up at one point and hit you in the head, and you're like, "What?"
Pops a nerve and you're like, oh, man.
And you
Oh,
looked at,
no.
You just walk in holding your own hand. Which, I mean, it's something that someone can do. Like, you can walk into a place like this, but it doesn't hold
Like
the
this,
same.
you can walk into anywhere like this,
Like
Jared. I don't
this.
understand.
You could totally do that.
Like, man, I'm going to walk
But-
into work like this and they'll be like, Jared, it happened.
But
I came here like this today.
if you walk in and you're holding your own hand and you then do this with it and your other hand is still in it and your other arm is over here, that's bad.
And then you have to prove that you didn't do it on purpose for insurance reasons.
Yeah, it's what kind of questions would you ask?
First question, I'd be like, did you cut your own hand off?
I mean, that's a good lead.
And if they're like, yeah, fuck, no, then you're like, ah,
Gotcha.
or no, you just
I
catch
feel-
them up. You just try and catch them with it.
I
You're
feel
well,
like-
what's your name? And she's like, whatever that fucking ridiculous name was. And you said,
Yeah.
Julia.
Julia. And he was like, you cut your own hand off.
How old are you? 22. How old's your boyfriend? 23. Did you cut your own hand off? Yes. Fuck.
Or you do it like this.
Just got to do that quick
What's-
fire so that they're
What's your
answering
name?
truthfully.
Julia. How old are you? 22. What's your boyfriend's name? Sven. How did it feel when you cut your hand off? It didn't feel good.
I mean, that doesn't, that It wouldn't feel good if you did it by accident.
I mean, well, you get them
Here's
going
what you
with
do.
it though.
Here's what you do though. You go, did
Yeah.
it hurt as soon as it happened or right away?
Okay.
I ask that my kids every time they hit themselves, hurt right away or as soon as it happened. And they're like, right away. And I'm like, and as soon as it happened.
So if she would have been like both,
They'd be like, we knew you did it.
yeah. I mean, do you think it was?
Do you think it's,
Her
did
or
she
him?
just file for these insurance claims? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Like if you just file for it and then your hand goes missing, it might be like, listen, you did this to get that.
Yeah, I mean it also probably was weird that they were
It's like
like
those people that
why
like
do you
crack
have
their phone
so
and then buy
many-
insurance
Yeah.
after.
it's like, why do you have so many specific?
Why is
Like-
it specifically? Why did you insure just your left hand for $1 million?
Yeah, like why did, because she had
And
five.
she's like, well, for one,
have you seen?
I'm a professional jerker offer
I was
with my
gonna
left
say,
hand.
I was gonna slowly get there. I wasn't gonna start with one for professional jerking off.
Have you seen Hands of Slovenia? I'm the main star. It's literally just close-ups of just a hand on
Of
a
her
dick.
hand.
That's it. They never show her. It's just her hand. Her hand is
And
famous.
it never finishes either. But no, it said that she had five
Insurance
The
policies?
5 insurance policies
Just
on it.
on her hand?
So that's what I mean. Like, I can see
They
if they
can't
were
just
like,
be on her hand. They had to have just been like,
maybe she had like a real emphasis on the death and dismemberment clause in all insurances. Like, she was like, this has death and dismemberment. And they were like, yes. And she was like, can I drop all the other stuff?
can we double up on the death and mostly the dismemberment?
Okay, can you keep the death the same, but the dismemberment, if you can up that number a little bit, and you know what? Let's not even focus on the death. Let's bring that one down. Can I pay less monthly premium if we just up the dismemberment?
Take the part from the death, put that in dismemberment. And you know what? Disability? We'll cut that out completely. And she was like, oh, wait, no, you know what? I need that back, actually,
Yeah.
because I'm going to need that soon.
Yeah,
and they're like, what?
exactly.
And she's like, nothing.
You'll see.
You'll see. But you know what? I don't need like regular healthcare insurance.
Yeah.
Let's get
Yeah.
rid of that.
Let's regular hospital visits. Let's not. I don't care what my copay is. Let's just glaze over all of that. Let's just really focus on the dismemberment policy.
Dismemberment.
I am Judicia, and I like dismemberment. Thank you, Progressive, for your time. Off to Allstate.
No, I think she had to have gotten this from farmers.
We are farmers. We'll cover your cut off hand.
Did you not do the jingle because copyright?
Sure. Yeah. That's why I did it. Just to be safe.
All right, on to the second one.
The second one? Okay.
Yeah, we're doing this all crazy today. Not that anybody else notices.
Yeah. If we really, like, you could just be holding up, like, signs like a catcher right now, and I can be going off of that, and people wouldn't know. Which one are you? Okay.
But read it backwards.
Outside screwball.
Read it backwards.
All right.
From the bottom.
It's a longer article than
Let's
I
just
thought.
get crazy with this one. Thanks.
No. Sick down at the
No, that's too much. Go to the top.
Karate.
Just read it from the top.
Okay.
Thank you, Anchorage Daily News.
Anchorage dentist who defrauded Medicaid and extracted patient tooth while riding hoverboard sentenced to prison.
For what? Being awesome?
I totally had this thing just lit as fuck. I was just like, he looks like he's like, what did I actually do wrong?
Like you took someone's tooth out while on a hoverboard. Like, I took out a lot of people's teeth that day while on a hoverboard. The fastest day of my career, man.
It was my record for most effective and also longest time on a hoverboard.
25 extractions in a half an hour.
An Anchorage dentist who extracted a patient's tooth while on a hoverboard was sentenced Monday to 12 years in 12
Why do I
years in
feel like that's not the crime, and the crime is the part about the defrauding Medicaid, but they're
Yeah,
hyping up the hoverboard part over
Yeah.
that.
for dozens of charges, including Medicaid fraud. Okay.
I don't think it's illegal to do the hoverboard thing. Maybe
Yeah.
unpractical.
I mean, and also probably very unprofessional. Unless the person was like, you couldn't do this on a hoverboard. And he was like, the
Doesn't-
fuck I could.
Taking a bet from a patient doesn't make it more professional. Unless he's a professional gambler.
We don't know his
also
life.
a dentist.
And hoverboard rider.
He's a professional dentist gambling hoverboard.
Hoverboard rider that doesn't like Medicaid.
But to be fair,
Yes.
you're not supposed to bet on your own sport. That's really what it is.
Oh, it was like a Pete Rose kind of thing.
Yeah, like Michael Jordan always had to get someone else to make his bets.
Don't bring Michael Jordan's name into the mud. We could have just stuck with Pete Rose.
Kill this dad.
Pete Rose?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Seth Lockhart was captured on video extracting the tooth. They're really focusing on this hoverboard.
Is
thing.
it illegal? Is it illegal?
From the
What makes it
unconscious
illegal?
patient. Oh, the patient was unconscious, so they wouldn't have even known that he was on a hoverboard.
What makes it illegal?
I mean, that kind of kills our bet angle, but we'll see.
How is that where in dentist law is it that says do not ride hoverboard? Must wear Crocs at all
let's see here.
times.
Anchorage Superior Court Judge Michael Wolverton, that's a cool name, said Monday that Lockhart nearly killed several patients by frequently sedating them for extended periods of time.
That's a crime.
That's a crime. Do you think he was doing it to practice his dope ass hoverboard skills? Like he was just like,
He's like, all right, let's put him to sleep. Hey. See this new trick I learned how to do?
he just spins around and then he crashes into the wall and he's like,
whoa, I'm gonna have to sit down for a minute.
my knee. Oh God, give me 10 minutes and I'll be fine. I'll cap that tooth.
Like a half an hour later, he's like, oh, I was supposed to go do something.
Hops back on that hoverboard and then fills that cavity.
I just thought that the hoverboard is the emphasis. And he's like,
Yeah.
he's being charged with 27 triumphs, but can you believe that he did this on a
Did
hoverboard?
this on a hoverboard. Nearly killed a dozen people. But he was
Unrelated
on a
to-
hoverboard.
No, I love that they're like, I was doing this on a hoverboard. Nearly killed a dozen people. That's not why they almost died. For this reason, not the hoverboard.
Not the hoverboard. It's because he sedated them for extended periods of time. But
Really
the
seemed like at first
hoverboard-
they were saying that the hoverboard is the reason that people's
I
lives
think
were
it's
in jeopardy.
because he was practicing his hoverboarding. He was working his way up to, I think I could just do my job while on this. He's like, but first I
like,
need to be
"Whoa,
able to
whoa."
get the stand and not move.
Is it? Do you think it was like the fact that like he just wasn't stable, so like that's why it took extra long? Like he was like, I'm gonna do this on the hoverboard today, and they're like, this is taking you 10 times longer. He's like, no,
No.
I got this.
I have wheels on my feet. I am so much faster.
I'll put flame stickers on it.
Everybody knows that adds at least +5 speed.
10 horsepower.
Exactly, on the hoverboard. But let's see here. In reviewing all of this over and over again, I have this visceral response. You darn near killed some people, he said. Who said this? Oh, this is Wolverton. I forgot about that.
The judge said,
Yeah.
that of all these things, I have this one thing to say.
You darn near killed some people.
Yo, he is the most articulate judge in the history of
Right.
articulate drugs. Judges.
Drugs.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Lockhart was found guilty in a jury. By jury. I don't know why I said that.
In a jury? Yeah.
He was just sitting there.
He's
He was like,
that man is guilty. You're the one on trial. And what, being awesome? Watch my hoverboard tricks.
He rides back on the hoverboard backwards, just like this. Yeah, that's how it happened. On 46, holy shit, 46 charges, including Medicaid fraud, embezzlement, reckless endangerment, and unlawful dentist acts. That's hoverboarding while doing dentistry is an unlawful dentist act.
That sounds like a bullshit law that they can just pigeonhole whatever they want into it.
I think the reckless endangerment is what that one actually
I
falls
think
under.
that's the giving people too much sleeping gas.
Let's see here. He formerly worked at Alaska Dental Arts in 2015, but bought the business the next year and changed its name to Clear Creek Dental. Charges against Lockhart were
We
filed
should
in
have changed it
2017.
to Extreme Dental with just
Right?
an X.
With an X, yeah. And
or
the
maybe
M,
just,
the
or maybe
M could have been a tooth.
or maybe just Dental X.
That could have worked. But Extreme Dental, if you do that, because a tooth, you can make it designed that it looks like an M. So it's just X and then TRE, and then a tooth for the ME, and then dental.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have come to us, and we would have given him a nice mock-up, some good prices. I mean, I wouldn't have let him do any dental work on me, but we would have given him a really good
I would have
logo.
given him a shot. Like, you do it on the hoverboard, boy.
I will not press charges. Charges against Lockhart were filed in, I want to say Lockhart, but it's Lookhart.
Look at my heart.
Yeah. In 2017, after a former employee told investigators the dentist was increasing profits by performing more intravenous sedation than necessary. In 2016...
How does using more drugs get you more money?
Pay by the hour?
Okay.
Or you just charge them for more of the knockout juice.
Again, though, that doesn't make you more profit.
But you can mark it up. Dude, they're like knockout
already
juice
marked up.
has got to be like $10 of whatever, a pint, I don't know.
I was
And
really
then
thinking
they
you were
char-
imagining Anchorage as having different money than the U.S. and I was waiting
And then
for
they
that.
no.
Like $10 of like Canadian money. But
No. Anchorage is in Alaska, but
yeah, they use Canadian money there.
oh my god. But no.
They use
it's-
Alaska bucks.
You know, they buy it for like $10 a pint, and then like when you get put under, they're like, that was $400 worth of knockout juice. That's what he puts it on there as, because he's extreme. He doesn't play by the rules. Let's see here. In 2016, Lookhart and his former office manager, Shauna Cranford, billed nearly, I almost said 12, it's 2. $2 million in unjustified IV sedation expenses, according to charging document. Oh, because he was billing their insurance.
That's where the Medicaid fraud comes in.
Yeah, that's what he was charging. So you can mark that shit up. That's pretty easy. You just tick, 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 tick.
You just look at the insurance company like, you're going to give me whatever I ask for, right?
Let's see.
$7,000.
Medicaid patients do not pay anything for IV sedation, but the clinic could bill more for IV sedation than other anesthetics like nitrous oxide gas. Medicaid patients would routinely be sedated for longer than necessary, so the clinic could bill for more money. Investigators found numerous text messages from Lookhart describing the scheme.
You never text
Hey,
message
here's the
your schemes.
hoverboard. This is the hoverboard picture.
He could have just charged them more and said he used it
Right?
without doing it.
Yeah, he didn't have to
You didn't
keep
have to
them
put people
out.
in jeopardy.
Exactly. Just fudge the numbers a little bit.
You're already lying, so just continue the lie.
yeah.
Pour it
then
in like
just-
a fucking sink, man.
And then it just says here, in a video recorded on his cell phone, the dentist can be seen standing over an unconscious patient and pulling her tooth while riding a hoverboard. He then rode into the hallway with his hands over his head and spun around.
That's just called being rad.
Yeah, exactly. He's just a dope dude. He's a dope dentist dude.
They really want to play up this part, but this part
Yeah.
endears him to me.
Another patient testified about having 4 teeth removed without his permission. That just seems like a fuck up most dentists are doing.
Yeah, I remember my kids having like cavities filled and we being like, why did you tell us before you did that?
He will not be allowed to practice medicine during his 10-year probation following release from prison. $2.2 million in restitution for fraud and embezzlement.
How long is he going to jail for?
40 targeted sent. Oh, he hasn't been sentenced. He hasn't been sentenced yet.
I thought you said something about 12 years.
No. I think I might have said 2 at the beginning. I don't know. I just keep finding.
Go.
I keep finding the word
We're
hover.
12 years.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. He's sentenced. 12 years in prison.
So in approximately 22
22
years, he'll
years,
be
he can-
allowed to be a dentist riding a hoverboard again.
They might have legit hoverboards at that point.
I doubt it. I was watching Back to the Future again over the weekend, and I was like just amazed. At like one point, I was like, "Hey, Zoe, look at this." In 2015, they thought we were gonna have flying cars in the 80s.
In the 80s, they
thought
thought
in 2015
we would have flying cars. Okay, yeah,
You know me in backwards numbers.
yeah. I got you. I follow. They might not have followed, but I follow.
Do
I
you
got
think
you.
that people now thought that they had flying cars in the 80s and we just put wheels back on them?
He just disappeared. We were like, this is highly inefficient, because it is. Like it's Like,
Way more dangerous.
have you ever heard of
Insurance rates would have to be crazy.
Yeah.
People probably think I'm nuts because of the shoulder moves I've been making this whole
No,
time.
his
'cause of my
shoulder
pain.
is hurt.
I'm just making stupid moves though.
But no, Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about it, and he was like, "Yeah, everybody wants flying cars and everything like that, but the technology to create it, we don't have, and it would be insanely expensive, and it's just more affordable to we have leveled transportation. It's called bridges. Like we just build bridges over things, and then people drive on it, and then over the long run, it's cheaper than everybody having a flying car." So he's like, "That's
you know
just
what
how
the
it
difference
works."
is? You know what the difference is? Bridges collapse.
Flying cars crash.
Burn all the bridges.
Okay. Is this like a metaphorical thing or like
No, physically. Burn all the bridges.
are you like a troll?
If I was a troll, I'd want to keep the bridges.
No, because like if you get
Trolls are pro bridge.
if bridges get destroyed, I feel like the binding spell on trolls will be released.
They're bound to them. I just thought
And
they
they
did
will-
that because it was a good spot to rob people.
I feel like now, like outside of an ATM would be better for a troll.
I always thought it was great because in all these stories where the troll was like, "You can't cross this bridge unless you give me money or answer my riddle," and it's always like 3-foot dip.
Oh yeah, it's
You're just
never.
like,
I feel like I'll just
just gonna
fucking
walk
go
that.
around. I'll swim the river. I don't even give a shit at this point. It's ankle deep. Fuck out of here. Yeah, it's great. It's just because animals and these because it's always
I think it's
animals.
because kid books. It's like you can't really
I just feel
roll
like,
a
wow,
massive bridge.
this is a gigantic fucking river that has an insane current
There's
at this
just like
point.
a troll that meets you in like the middle of like the Brooklyn Bridge, and it's like, no,
That would be dope. That's a story I would read.
you know, pass, and you're just like, I'm gonna hit you with my car.
Can you imagine if trolls were like huge though? Like, now I'm not talking about like trolls from like the Trolls movie. So like, if this was like huge lumbering troll and it just walked out with like a club and just smashed it down and was like, "Give me money or you're not paying. You're not passing." And someone's like, "I just paid $14 to get on this fucking bridge. You're telling me that I need to pay you now to finish getting across it?" And he's like, "And I only accept gold, bitch."
Rip out your teeth, or go to
Rip out
Anchorage,
your-
have the Alaskan guy rip out your gold teeth, and then give them to me.
There we go.
He'll do it on a hoverboard because he's super rad.
He's my hero, Mr. Lookhart.
I need a hero.
Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I skimmed through the end there, but that was it.
The ending was just boring.
The
crime
hoverboard
stuff.
was just it was just used against him to make him look like an asshole. But what it really did was it made him look like a rad dude
I mean,
that
imagine
made
how good,
really bad decisions.
aside from the extra drugging that he's been doing to people.
Yeah.
Imagine how much more skill it would take to be a dentist who pulled a tooth while on a hoverboard.
Yeah.
He's like the most skilled dentist in the entire world.
Exactly. Yeah, we've seen videos of people not even being able to stand still and wave at somebody. This man took someone's tooth out.
Yeah.
The right one, apparently. He took out 4 teeth of somebody else, but that was completely separate.
that was against their.
Yeah.
He just didn't ask them. They
He
probably
was just
had
like,
to
these
come
need
out.
to come out.
He's like, "Yo, I'm here doing this cleaning. This guy's asleep because I just put him to sleep because fuck it. His teeth need to come out, and I can't ask him about
Yeah.
it. But these are so rotten, he's gonna die like King Tut.
Yeah, maybe. He did it all on a hoverboard.
Again, he's a hero. This is another time we side with the probable bad guy, except for the Medicaid fraud.
Yeah, the Medicaid fraud's bad.
That's bad.
He shouldn't have done that.
They're already trying to ruin Medicaid. Don't give him more reasons.
Yeah, exactly. You're making it. You're fucking it up for everybody. But the hoverboard thing, though, I think you're ahead of your time. Yeah. Wheels on
God.
shoes, man. You're just great.
You should
Okay.
argue that you're the greatest dentist in the world and be able to get back into dentisting.
What should we
Way
do?
sooner.
What should we do next then?
1.
So on to the first one now.
Yeah. Wasn't there some kind of like criminal somewhere? It might have been a show, like White Collar or something, where the
Okay.
criminal was so good at what he did that they were like, "We're just going to let you go back to doing your job, though. Just stop doing the crime parts."
I think it's probably in White Collar
Yeah.
because there's like the one thief that's like super charismatic, but he was actually an asshole and he got it in the end. The main character of White Collar, like he's so good at what he does, they kind of just let him pass.
I think that's like every hacker ever. I
And-
think that's where I'm off on that.
Frank Abagnale, maybe? from Catch Me If You Can, the movie, where they caught him and then they're just like, he was in prison for a little bit and then they're just like, hey, we can't figure this out. And he's just like, this is fake. This is how he's doing it. And they were like,
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
what about this one? And he was just like that. And they're like,
oh,
you're out of prison now.
No, it's none of those things. It was that thing that we read about the one time where the doctor did something terrible and they're like, I'm the only one that can fix this. And it's like, no, you're a bad person. Stay in jail.
oh, okay. Yeah.
I forget what the one was, but do you vaguely at least remember a story where like
yeah.
they were like, oh no, it's a virus thing.
Yeah.
The guy he wanted to fix COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And what did he do? He ate somebody or something.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It's coming back slowly. Like
Yeah.
he murdered his wife and he was like, I'm the only person that can cure COVID.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
This is that guy, but for dentists.
Yep.
I was wrong. It's not a TV show.
But I mean, it's better than what he did is better than killing his wife. So
Yeah, but can he cure COVID? He should be allowed out.
you can cure boredom in a dentist's office.
Yeah, for real. If my dentist came in on a hoverboard, I'd be like, hell yeah.
He must have been great with kids. No kid was like, I don't want to come here. They're like, dude, Dr. Lookhart's on a fucking hoverboard. He's dope as shit. So 3 or 1?
1.
1? Okay.
On to the first one.
On to the first one.
Sauce, like you mean it.
That's not the actual thing. Ole Miss accidentally puts porn star on cups honoring healthcare workers.
Who's Ole Miss?
It's a college.
I just realized that I was done with my water and I'm sad.
You just you threw it over there.
I forgot. The trash can's not even over there anymore.
Yeah, Ole Miss is they're
The hot sauce
college.
company.
No, that's Texas Pete.
There's a lot of Texas Pete ads on this. The
Okay.
more ads for hot sauce, you know your article's legit.
It's very true.
It's just like how whatever I was doing the one day, and
It
you were like,
literally
all I
says-
saw was boobs, and I'm like, nah, man, this is like real research.
Yeah,
And it wasn't, but it was.
but it says SaturdayDownSouth.com. That's. I feel like this could be up there with Fox News and NBC.
Saturday
Down south.
down south.
When you do an image search for doctors and nurses, you have to be careful, as those are popular costumes to dress up in for more, well, adult pursuits. There's 2 ellipses. I had to put the double pause, sorry. Ole Miss learned that lesson the hard way on Thursday when it was revealed that they had made a huge mistake when trying
hard
to...
way. Talk about porn stars.
There we go. When they were trying to honor healthcare workers who have bravely fought the COVID-19 pandemic. As Twitter users noted, Ole Miss featured a picture of porn star Johnny Sins on a cup meant to feature pictures of healthcare workers. Is it bad that I know who that is?
No.
Because you know who it is also.
Yes. And also, how is this different than just getting a picture of an actor wearing a doctor outfit for it?
It's not. But I mean, I guess...
His dick was inside somebody. Oh my God. Everybody's dick's been inside somebody.
Not everybody, but like a lot of people's dicks have been inside somebody.
At some point before you were born.
That is
Your
true.
dick was
Yep,
inside somebody.
everybody's dick's been inside somebody. Unless you had like a lab-grown one.
Lab grown dick or a lab grown child?
Porque no los dos?
I don't think you can grow a child outside of a womb.
Okay, so
I don't think we've gotten to that technology yet.
lab-grown dick. And then you lost your dick, and you're like, I need a new one. And they grew one, and then they put it on.
And you stayed a virgin.
And you filed an insurance claim for it.
At some point, you had a dick that was inside someone.
There we go. Okay.
Keep going. Let's try this again. Let's throw some more at me. Throw some more scenarios at me where you would think that someone didn't have a dick inside someone.
Okay. What if when they were developing the sexual organs, they fell out?
If your entire reproduction system fell out of you, you'd probably die.
No, I mean
Their
like
organs.
the whole developing fetus fell out.
Then I don't think it made it to adulthood.
But
They put it back in.
nah, it
Then your dick
fell
was
out.
inside some-
It fell out in a lab. And they were like,
in the
yeah, it was
fluid.
in the placenta, And they were
just
like,
we can keep this alive.
it was still attached. And they were like,
This is going to be the greatest
I
research
think
we
we-
ever do on human development. We're going to be able to just, unfortunately for you, we're going to have to wrap your umbilical cord in plastic and you're going to have to stay here.
Yeah. One, just dope. I mean, just think about it for science.
Doctors, how come we don't do experiments like this? What's wrong with that?
Yeah,
Just do this.
Take the whole placenta out, put it on a table in a lab, clean room, of course,
Obviously.
and then sanitize and do whatever you got to do to the umbilical cord. And the mother just has to chill there. But you can watch the whole time as the baby develops.
You know what? I think I heard of experiments like this happening. Japan did these on Chinese people during World War II.
Yeah, nothing bad happened with those at all.
I think there was a German scientist that did stuff like. No, he was mostly twins, so it'd have to have been two.
Yeah, see? Okay, we're just talking about one. I mean, at some point, somebody's going to
I'm
want to do
pretty
it,
sure
too.
this is why this has never been done before.
Yeah,
Something about human rights violations or something.
I
Maybe.
guess.
I don't know.
I guess. But I mean,
Telling a mother she has to just wait till her baby's born.
under the perfect circumstances, it would have fallen out accidentally. That was my original
Under
thing.
the perfect circumstances, your baby just falls out of you, wholly intact.
Yes.
It still sounds like a nightmare scenario.
Before I said best circumstances, which means in the situation, this is the best that could have happened.
I feel like they would put it back. If everything was fine and it was intact, I'm like, yeah, this will be okay. They just find a way to put it back.
I feel like putting it back, there's a higher chance of it. Like if it didn't pop on the way out, the chances of it not popping on the way in are way, way less.
I was going to say C-section, but then I realized I'd actually have to just cut all the way up
Oh God, no,
because
no, your pelvic bone.
you can't put it in
and
from the
everything.
belly.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Just cut her halfway in half.
No, no.
Quarter that woman.
Once again, I still stated my weird thing that was just to make my point work, which really did it. It's still
It doesn't
the
help.
best
I'm pretty
case
sure the doctors
scenario.
will just be like, yo, you don't have a baby anymore.
Be like, this is not a baby. You
Like,
can't
it's
have
alive right now. It could theoretically make it. We're not going to do that. This will be a
I
$10
feel
billion
like
medical
that,
bill at the
that
end of the
would
day.
be the woman's choice. You can't just be like, look.
So
I
they
know-
just
like, I know
write down
you-
the list of what it's going to cost. Like, for one, it's experimental, so that's double pay.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to have to be here for the entire 9 months in a
Well,
hospital bed.
sometimes you can get funding for that. Then
You're going to have to be here for like the rest of your pregnancy in this hospital.
when do the genitals form?
3 months?
3 months. Okay, so 6 months then in
I
bed.
was a guess. I'm not
Whatever.
sure.
Yeah, we'll just say that.
I
We'll
think
say-
it might be one of the last things to develop.
okay, yeah. So maybe this baby's pretty far along. I don't know.
You could have gone with a different scenario. You
I
went
could have,
the
but we're
most
here now.
ridiculous scenario possible.
We're here now.
You could have been like, "What if you weren't born with a penis?" But like, well, technically,
I literally just said lab-grown penis.
no,
If you
because
now have a
it's
new
made out of
penis.
the parts that you already have.
Okay.
So your penis would have been inside somebody.
Yes, but which is why I then went to lab-grown penis. That was the first thing I said. I said some sort of experimental lab-grown penis that is made from cells. It has everything that it needs, and it has been attached to you. That
I was gonna say, because this is one of the coolest things I ever read about. It's probably terrible for the people involved, and I'm apologizing if it sounds insincere. But when I was in my, because when I was in college, if I had to take a course that was like a required course that I didn't want to
Yeah.
take, I took the weirdest version of whatever
I
that
really
was.
need to know where you're going with this. Where are you going with this?
So I took a class on the biology of sex.
Okay.
And one of the things
you
I
did
read
tell me
about
about that ahead of time.
was there was an island somewhere where I forget which one it is, but there's this weird thing where this happens semi-regularly where a little girl will be born, a little girl, and then somewhere after puberty they grow a penis.
It grows
Yeah, they become a man.
like their body just goes fucked up. Sorry, and then just changes.
Dude, I don't know the actual science behind it. I was like, this is the craziest.
I'm
thing.
just saying from like
It
a
was
really
like-
dumbed down version.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
just
much.
like your
It's
body
just
just
like-
goes, fuck, I forgot. We
Here
have
you
this.
go.
We
Yeah.
have this other
Yeah,
chromosome,
something
and
like
then just
that.
add it
Yeah.
in and
Yeah,
change it.
something like that. Sure, but then again, that penis was inside the person.
It still
that
is
grew that
inside of them.
penis.
Yeah. So the only thing would be a lab grown.
Yeah, and I
Or-
don't think that's a thing.
Or
We're not there yet. I know
My-
that people have been working on it,
Yeah.
but the most we've done was we've grown ears on mice.
okay, well,
think
I feel like now that they've pulled that off,
scientists.
penis is
I know
next.
many of you listen to our show.
Tons. It's in the analytics.
Have you ever grown a penis on the back of a mouse like they grow ears? Because A, send me that dick pic, and B, please just send me that dick pic.
Just send me the
That's
dick pic.
amazing. Does
I
it
mean-
work?
Do you think you can order? Like, I mean, they're making it.
Can you order like the size,
Just be
color,
like,
and
can
all
you
your preferences?
Like, okay, the current color of my dick. Can you grow one like that?
A few shades lighter
But
or darker,
bigger.
depending on what you want, and bigger.
Be like, can I just get it bigger? And then how much would it cost to get that dick off that mouse and then onto me?
So I hear your big dicks, and I just want to. I know you don't supersize anymore, but like, can we supersize it? Like, I'm talking like, I do want it comically big.
I want
people to look at it and feel bad for me.
I want to, on a bad day, kick my, like if I go jogging, for me to kick my leg back and pinch the head of my dick.
I want a man with a small penis to look at my dick and feel bad for me for having it.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, that's so big. It's terrible. Probably don't know what that's like to have the whole thing touched.
Yeah. That is true.
What were we talking about? Man with a big dick. Got it.
Oh yeah, Johnny Sins was on a cup.
What the fuck? That was so long. I forgot what we were talking about. That went off for so long.
Yeah, it did.
So we don't have you here yelling at us.
It's true. It's true. I'm in it, so I can't yell at us.
Imagine if you didn't do that. We would have stopped talking about Atlantis way long ago.
It's true. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, but so this porn star was on a cup. That's pretty much it.
It was all because of my defense of, oh, you're just mad at him because his dick's been inside someone. And then we went off on the science of whether or not everybody's dick's been inside someone. And apparently, unless it's cloned.
In
yes.
the comments, leave a comment if you can figure out a way that a penis could not have been inside someone other than
cloning.
or my second idea of the baby falling out.
That's so
perfectly
weird
intact.
Russian torture experiment.
And the doctors getting funding or whatever to be able to witness development in a more intimate setting. I don't know. And then that happened. So if you can come up with one other than those two, and it's real good, we will read it.
Are you Goebbels?
On the show.
Is that what it is? Are you an ancestor? Are you like his great-great-grandson?
No. But we'll read it on the show if it's real good.
Make us a weird creepypasta about someone being born with their dick not inside someone.
Never
somehow.
being inside someone. Make it and comment it, and we will read it on the show if we like it.
What if they're born half breech? But
Okay.
like at the beginning. So they develop the whole time halfway in their
That's
mom.
originally what I was thinking when I said the baby kind of fell out. But then I was like, how
That
small
baby
is
would get
the...
crushed at some point and the
Yeah.
mom wouldn't be able to pee.
Which is why I feel like if the baby just came out with the placenta and everything, like just whoop, still attached, umbilical cord and everything, I feel like doctors would be like, shit. And if the woman's like, no, I want my baby to live, the doctors are going to have to figure out a way to make it work.
I feel like in that scenario, no matter what, at some point, no matter how long it is, that mom hates that baby.
Yeah, she's bedridden for months. just months. And if she does ever get to like get up to avoid bed sores, she has an umbilical cord dangling out, so she has to be super duper careful. Maybe she'd be able to walk a little bit.
All liquid diet because she wouldn't be able to like have bowel movements.
She can have bowel movements.
Not
Bedpan.
without shitting in her umbilical cord.
You should lift it up a little bit. It doesn't come out of your butt. It comes out of your vagina.
I know where babies come from.
You
I was just
have
thinking about
enough of
sitting
a-
on a toilet and like dangling in the
wouldn't-
pool water.
No, you wouldn't be sitting on a toilet. You'd have a bedpan. Or a
We
colostomy
need to
bag.
stop. So Johnny Sins is on a college cups as a doctor. Is that offensive to
It's
you?
not. Yeah, okay.
It's just a random, like they just, for one, also, you know what this school did is kind
Stock
of
photos.
a crime. Yeah,
It's just stock photos.
I know, but I don't think that counts as a stock photo.
I mean, unless they typed in royalty-free stock photo things, then maybe that came up.
Also,
Unless someone donated that picture as a stock photo.
what I need to know is someone had to have looked this up on purpose.
Were you going to type in healthcare worker?
Oh, I typed in stock doctor photos.
Okay, let's see if Johnny Sins comes up in the first couple of pages.
No. You know who does, though?
Who? Maybe it's based... What if it's based off of your search history? Oh, my God.
It's Feel the Pain Harold.
Oh, my
Or
God.
whatever. Hide
yeah.
the Pain Harold.
Yeah.
He's in there right away.
He does a lot of stock photos,
But you know
though.
who I'm not seeing? I'm not seeing Johnny Sins.
What if
I see this terrifying doctor
That's not a doctor.
just poking a heart with a pen.
But what if it's based off of the search history and the doctor, or not the doctor, but like the person who was looking this stuff up also on their...
Who is using these?
I don't know.
Who was like, I need an actor that looks just like a doctor? Like, I would take Johnny Sins over that guy.
Yeah, that guy's creepy. But no, what if it's based off of the search history? Because you know Google's all algorithms and stuff like that.
This one's great.
That is a good one. But you know how it's all algorithms. So what if this person was searching a lot of porn
Listen, it
and
should
watching a
pop up
lot
online.
of Johnny Sins? Like specifically, like no, you type it in
Like
on
they
other
Google Johnny Sins.
other signs, like other sites. But what if this person was typing in Google Johnny Sins pounds blah 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 blah, and like they were like this was a direct search. So Google was like, you like him, you like seeing things of him, and when they were like doctor stock photos, it just pulled up Johnny Sins. Maybe that's how it happened. I think it's way more realistic than my baby outside the womb theory. Could have happened.
I feel like they had to have directly looked him up. I've
Yeah.
typed this in 3 different ways now. And he's not at the top. And
Yeah.
everybody knows if you make it to the 3rd page, you're not going to find whatever you're looking for.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's 100% true. All right, let's go on to the last one, which is the third one. Because we're just crazy today.
It's crazy. This order that you guys have no idea of. That Jared.
Maskless man ejected from Disney's Hollywood studios today while screaming misquotes. I almost said mosquitoes. Misquotes from Pixar's A Bug's Life.
That's the real reason he got kicked out. This is, again, they're just adding things to what he did as wrong.
Well, basically what it is we've seen some stuff at parks in the past few months, but nothing tops the scene at Disney's Hollywood studios where a man was escorted out of the park for not wearing a mask. That's why he was escorted out of the mask. But this is where he
That's
was
why he
like,
was escorted out of the mask?
whatever. He was not wearing a mask. That's why he was escorted
Everybody
out of the
makes
park.
fun of my inability to speak goods.
As security removed him from the park, he screamed misquotes from Pixar's A Bug's Life. You can see the video. We're not going to watch the video. The man is being escorted by at least 3 uniformed security officers and more plainclothes officers in the Grand Avenue area of the park.
I really wanted to like yell a quote from A Bug's Life, but that movie is very forgettable.
It is. I don't really remember.
I barely remember
many-
what it's about. I know there's a fat beetle and grasshoppers.
There's a fat beetle. There's a fat caterpillar. And he's like, I'm a beautiful butterfly.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
butterfly. Caterpillars are beetles, aren't they?
No. They're like worms.
Caterpillars are, oh wait.
Did you forget what a caterpillar was?
I thought you said ladybug.
There is a ladybug named Francis, and it's a guy.
When you said the word caterpillar, I imagined ladybug. I was I
You-
fucked myself up like
You're
hard.
very hostile also to me. I feel like that was a bit much, and I feel like I deserve an apology.
No.
And so does Pixar. But this is why I added this, because I actually read some of this, because I was like, I don't know if I want to talk about this one. He was yelling at watching guests, trying to convince them to join him.
Take off your mask or
Yeah.
Hopper will get you.
He was trying to incite a movement. That's why.
But he used A Bug's Life?
Yeah, because he says near the end of the video, he distinctly yells, "Remember the movie that came out at Walt Disney World? It was called A Bug's Life. Remember Hopper?" And then he says, "If one guy stands up, one ant stands up." Which is not a line from that movie. In a failed attempt to
Is
stir
that
up a
from
rebellion.
ants, though?
No, it's
The Woody
it is. It's
Allen one? Doesn't he have a line? It's like, if one bug stands up, then something.
I think it's
Grasshoppers don't eat us.
I think what it's supposed to be is if one ant stands up, actually I think what it is if you squash one of them, then the rest will fall in line. I think it's one of the two. It's either that he said that you need to squash the ant to make the rest of them fall in line, or
I'm sure
one
there's a
ant
quote
said,
that goes both ways. That one.
Yeah, probably, because that was what it was about. It was if one ant stands up, the rest of them will. But it's definitely not if one guy stands up, then one ant will also stand up, because he doesn't know if that happened. He doesn't know if there was one ant being like, you know what? You're right, dude. I'm not wearing a mask in my anthill. Fuck all them other ants.
Yeah, but they have a hive mind. If one of them gets COVID, they all have COVID no matter what. They don't need to wear a mask.
Can ants get COVID?
No, it's human disease.
It was a bat disease first.
Your mom's a bat disease.
That's mean.
I'm sorry.
Are you really looking up
I'm very focused on this quote.
on this quote? I'll see if there's more to the article real quick while you're doing that. He's referencing. Oh, hey, guess what?
It says, you let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up.
It literally, I think, says that here. It says he's referencing A Bug's Life. Two scenes in it. The first is when Hopper, the film's villain, talks about Flick trying to stand up to him. He states, you let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. This is what happens at the end of the film when the ants realize that there are more of them than the grasshoppers, Flick says. Ants don't serve grasshoppers. It's you who need us. We're a lot stronger than you say we are. The man's witnesses say the man also yelled, I'm not crazy. I have a wife and 2 kids.
So is this man saying that he was Hopper? Because then he's like, I'm the bad guy, everybody. Do what I say.
I think he's trying to say he's Flick. He's the inventor. He's the one ant.
If one man stands up, then one ant stands up.
So he saw the guy stand up and he was like, fuck this mask.
I saw Bug stand up today.
Maybe it goes the other way. He's like, I saw an ant stand up, like on its hind legs. So now I'm not wearing a mask, and I will make sure that people know.
Makes no sense, no matter how he tried to make
it. It doesn't.
He should have said it the right way.
Yeah.
But then he is the bad guy, because that's what Hopper says.
Yeah. But it also, he's not crazy because he has a wife and 2 kids. Some people might find that crazy. Like, there's some people out there that are like, why would you have a wife and why would you have 2 kids? That's crazy. That's the definition of crazy to some people.
Like Jeff from Community.
Yeah. He does think
Which I've been watching a lot. And Amanda won't watch it with me. She goes, you watch the stupidest shit. Because, like, that's
a great show,
She always walks in when I'm watching one of, like, the paintball episodes or something.
The paintball episodes are my favorite.
I know, but they have the least to do with reality.
They do. No, there's some that the Christmas episodes usually.
Christmas one?
Yeah, that has nothing. I mean, that has a deep message actually. So I guess it does have a lot to do with reality. Yeah, it's an Imaginarium.
I just watched the one about G.I. Joe today.
That's another good one. Yeah, a lot of good ones. That's a good show. Watch Community. Basically, the rest of it just goes on talking about how Disney's like, you need to wear a mask because this is a respiratory disease and it's airborne and it's going to help people not die.
Yo, though, to be fair, if he had a better cause, it would work if he quoted A Bug's Life against Disney.
I mean, yeah.
Because we are ants that feed the Disney grasshopper.
So you're saying if he would have gotten the quote right,
he would have been Hopper because Hopper's the one that said it.
But if he would have used the code at the end, if he would have used this one, the let's see, where was that? The ants don't serve grasshoppers. It's you who need us. We're a lot stronger than you say we are.
That would have been better.
I would have, if he would have remembered that line. Do you think he was just watching the movie beforehand but he wasn't paying full attention? And then that's why he quoted it? Like,
nah, he was playing the PlayStation 1 game and then...
Okay.
Never mind. Someone who can afford to go to Disney World can get a PS5.
Yeah.
They're actually really cheap.
PS5 is going to be very affordable.
I think I paid $600 for my PS4, and it's less than that for both versions.
No, the
for the
PS3 was the
PS5.
one that was $600.
No, I think I paid $600. I bought one of the ones that came. I bought the one that came with all of the Uncharted games.
Yeah, you got the bundle package and stuff like that. But no, the discless one is going to be $3.99.
I know, and that's
That's
probably
not
what
bad.
I'm gonna buy.
Yeah, because we just buy everything digital.
And nobody watches DVDs anymore or
Exactly.
Blu-rays.
I have all of these here for no fucking reason.
It's for display.
It is. It's just, it's a flex at this point. And it's
You
a
should
weird one.
You should have a Bug's Life on there. He's like, maybe I do.
No, I think we might have that one, but I think it's upstairs.
You need to like alphabetize those or something.
They were. If you can see, it goes B, or it goes A, B, 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 C, 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 D, 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 and then V's out of nowhere there. I don't know why, but D's, and it keeps going. Yeah, it was alphabetized. I had like 400 DVDs at one point. It was just too many.
400 DVDs.
So, in closing, if this man would have remembered the quote, used the right one,
It would have been better. It
They
also would have
would've
been
rallied.
better if like he like quoted Scar at the when he was trying to get the hyenas rallied up.
like be prepared.
No, when he was trying to get the hyenas
Yeah,
ready.
be prepared.
Yeah.
Be prepared for the chance of a lifetime.
Yeah, that whatever. If
Yeah.
he should have did that one.
I mean, there's a lot of Nazi like imagery in that though, so I mean, maybe not.
Is there?
Yeah, they're goose stepping at one point.
All I'm saying is I think Scar was the good guy
I
and
think
Mufasa was the bad guy.
Mufasa?
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 Mufasa's the bad guy.
What did you say? I said, ¿Qué pasa?
I said Mufasa.
No, it's just from the movie. It says, ¿Qué pasa?
Anyway, Scar is actually like an underdog hero in that movie. He was a man that was
He-
getting shit on his entire life. And then he took what he wanted. And then you know what happened? Someone who felt entitled
Okay.
because of birthright. What's that called? I don't remember.
I don't know.
When it's word it's not nice for people that like have their family just they give them jobs or whatever it's called.
That's nepotism.
Because of nepotism.
Oh, okay.
And then his nephew was all, I'm nepotized. I'm supposed to be the
I'm
king.
nepotized.
I'm nepotism.
It's like it becoming a deputy. I'm a deputy.
He's all, I'm going to kill you, uncle. Oh, you're such a bad guy.
Okay. I'm gonna poke some holes in your theory here. As a firm supporter of the circle of life, since that is really the religion that you align with is the circle of life. Scar sort of did allow the hyenas to overhunt, which threw off the whole cycle and killed his whole kingdom. And then, well, no, that's pretty much it. He fucked up his whole place. That's like I was with you with the whole underdog. He was getting shit on his whole life. It's fucked up. It is fucked up.
Well, he didn't know how to be king. He was
And
busy
he-
getting shit on so much.
This is true.
That's what it was. He just took
wasn't-
his shot.
He wasn't taught. It's
Shoot
kinda
your
like-
shot.
It's kinda-
Always shoot your shot.
It's kind of like a guy that's been shit on his whole life, and he has a chance to like help his brother, and he's like, "Fuck you, go in front of that car."
He shot a shot.
Yeah, so he shot a shot. He got it. But in order to do that, like the person who was driving the car, he made friends with a bunch of real shady people. And then he was like, all right, cool.
What does the car have to do with anything? I forget what, I don't know what your analogy
That's the
is.
Stampede. The Stampede is the car. So
Your analogy has nothing to do with the car. You just brought a car into it.
he had to die somehow. He got hit by a
I
car.
was with you. I was like, did he mention this before? Like, I was like, I could get this. And then you never mentioned it until you said
Nah.
the car. Because if it was something like, it's like a man was driving in a car and he's like, you never let me drive. And then he kicks, his problem happens to his brother and he kicks him out of the car. And he jumps in the driver's seat and he's like, I don't have a driver's license, but a whole bunch of assholes in the back are telling me what to do.
No, it'd be more like if he had a really nice house and his brother, it was in his name, and he was just like, his brother's constantly like, fuck you, you stay in the basement. You stay in the basement, you bitch. And then he made friends with a bunch of real shady people, and they were like, hey, we're just going to drive by your house real fast early, like at 10 a.m. And his brother was going to get the paper, and he kicked his ass into the
shady
street.
people, the
And then
buffalo
he
were
was-
not shady. They were just
No,
buffalo,
but
doing
they-
buffalo things.
But they were being driven there by the hyenas.
okay.
So they hit his brother dead, Now it's in his name. He's got the nice house. But then he was like, they were like, "Yo, if we gonna kill you, we gonna kill your brother. We're gonna hit him with a car. We got to move in your
party
house
every day and do
And then
heroin.
they fuck up the whole house.
Yeah.
And then he was just kind of like, "I'm cool with that." And then like your brother's son who ran away.
Well, don't forget, like your brother's daughters and your all
Yeah.
your female relatives live in the house.
They just still live there, and you let these guys that were real shady party, and they fuck up the whole house. And then his son comes back
and he's just like, you make them dinner now.
and punches you in the face, and he throws you
Throws
out.
you off the balcony.
And when he throws you off the balcony, the people that were real shady, they heard you be like, "Yo, they're shady as fuck, and I don't even like them." So then they shank you in the backyard. That's just a modern urban telling of the
Listen,
Lion
all
King.
I'm saying is, no matter what the situation is, you should always shoot your shot.
You
If
should
have a
always shoot
chance-
your shot.
If you have a chance to get yourself above, like upgrade to the next level, do whatever it takes.
Yeah. So you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook right here at Rum Runners. You can follow us on Twitter right here at Rum Pod. You can follow Kyle for more great advice like that on Instagram
I'm
over
gonna start
there.
giving that advice.
Yeah, start doing
on my
that
Instagram.
on Instagram at Mr. Narwhal.
Always shoot your shot, like Scar.
If you are listening to this, you can watch these videos on YouTube. That's youtube.com/RumRunnersEntertainment. If you're watching it, you can always find us on all the podcast platforms, everywhere that you find podcasts at. On Fridays, we release Dark Rum. On Saturdays, we now release Talk Shonen. So check all those out. Subscribe, like, share them with your friends.
Don't forget to follow us on Age of Radio.
Yes, Age of Radio, which is the network that we're now distributed on. So thank you very much for being here. Peace, deuces, and I'll catch you in the next one.
So when I start like quoting stuff, should I just pick like villains from Disney movies that I think really just like are underappreciated?
Yeah, do Gaston next.
Because like also Jafar should have shot his shot too. Like he was doing the right thing. He was making moves.
Yeah.
The king wasn't very good at being a king.
Sure.
It's all